It's Week 13 of the National Football League. And we've got the Vikings' speedy running back. He should be a busy man out of the backfield. It's the Vikings and the Cardinals, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners are 4 in a row.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. Because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. First run now for Kyron Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
Not sure what you thought, but I thought it was appropriate when he walked into our meeting with his arm totally encased in ice, because he threw 5 touchdown passes last week and won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award.
Yeah, but reading the paper this morning, and he said, gosh, I actually thought I should have got 6 or 7. But still, it was an amazing performance a week ago.
Boy, I tell you what, if he thought he should have had 6 or 7, that's a guy's an absolute perfectionist, not just greedy.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
That's complete to the rookie from Michigan. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Now it's Goff. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Hopkins, the man in motion left. Now Goff. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. I think a free play now for Goff. That's complete once again to Hopkins.
Offside, defense.
So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
Now a play fake, and it's gone. Going right back to DeAndre Hopkins. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. Second down and 4.
At the 24-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. Well, they just continue to march the ball down the field here through the air, Charles. He is now 6 of 6 throwing the football.
And it would help the defense if he was just throwing it to one guy because you could, marshal some forces over there. But the way he's spreading it around.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Nick Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Goff now looks to throw.
Throw caught by Achane.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Vikings are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a sharp throw right there on third down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a first and goal.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Tyreek Hill with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list.
And the Vikings will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And able to get this out to the 25. The Cardinals offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. And you can see where he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
Back to throw, Fields. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
The intended target was Calvin Ridley, but it's going to be second down.
Look at this defense for the Vikings.
This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Off play action, Fields.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
And just a net of 31 here, 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10.
The Vikings offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's come out of the gates hot. He's been on target with his throws, and that's reflected in the numbers as he'll look to keep it going here. On the ground, this is Devon Achane.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 2nd and 7.
Goff now to throw. And that one too wide and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Out of the gun. Goff. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Here's Goff. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second and a yard.
It's a game of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
Play action. It's Goff.
He'll dump this off to Achane.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Here's Goff.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
It leads to second and 10.
Here's Goff. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Throwing again is Goff. That is caught.
And he will have a Vikings first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
We always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big time.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Calais Campbell in there to bury him for a loss of 11. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Goff now looking to throw.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 1.
Back to throw. Goff.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
John Parker-Rollo on for the field goal. A 41-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10.
Play action. It's Fields.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Now look at this defense for the Vikings.
They come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out. Being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people. Put them on the ground.
Now it's Fields.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Here's Fields. Open man is Mingo. Complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. This defense for the Vikings, they put together a strong effort last week in a win over Chicago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
A pickup of 5 that time and a first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. Second down. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Fields now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. For the Vikings offense and Tyreek Hill set to take over once more. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Jerome Baker crashing downhill and getting the stop. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll look down the field here for Kincaid. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. A big play there for Minnesota. 52 yards.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big, big yardage.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now Goff. They complete it to Hill. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. Fournette. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. Now a 3rd and goal situation as this Arizona defense tries to stand tall once more. Now it's Goff. It's caught. In the end zone, touchdown, Minnesota. DeAndre Hopkins with touchdown number 7 on the year. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free. And his guy made a nice catch. Just had to draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. On play action, Fields. That is incomplete.
Might help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
To throw is Fields. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Williams. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Here's Hill on the return. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Vikings offense and Jared Goff set to take over once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. In motion goes the tight end. Goff. Throw left side to Kincaid. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Goff. And a completion to Wilson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Off play action. Here's Goff. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Quincy Roche. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. To throw is Goff. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches as we just saw him do there because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further. So this lead, Charles, is continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue. But all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's over the middle and caught by Mingo. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Caught, it's Wilson. And he's able to break out a 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the...
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Here's Achane to start the drive. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down. Hopkinson in motion left. Now Goff. Caught left side, Hopkins. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. Goff now looks to throw. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it but couldn't pull it in. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Goff now to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Vikings continue to pull away here this first half. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Fighting his way through contact. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Now Fields. Over the middle, complete. That's Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Fields. That finds the former Jaguar, Calvin Ridley. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Fields. Again to Calvin Ridley, and he's got it once more. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Back to throw, Fields. He completes it to Ridley. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 23. Now it's Fields. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down. Throwing again is Fields. Throw left side, pulled in by Mingo. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. A shotgun snap, Fields. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Tyler Higbee, as the first half is winding down. And the Cardinals are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Until that late score here in the second quarter, they'd only had the field goal, so that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, and when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half, but when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as a head coach?
What?
I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now Goff. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Up the middle, Achane. Now they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it.
We'll start up at TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville,
where you see the final score there.
C.J. Stroud.
Strong in the victory.
as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. In the first half, it was the veteran quarterback Jared Goff who had command of the offense. He's over 300 yards passing already as he's looking to possibly put his name in the record book.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. The home team's offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And as we hit the home stretch here, you can see he leads all NFL wideouts in touchdown grabs this season.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Devon Achane with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 24. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half.
Fields now to throw. As it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Second and a couple. Here's Fields. Going right back to Smith and Jigba.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams.
And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
To throw is Fields. Looking for Ridley on the out route. He's got him.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
2 yards to go, second down.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Looking to throw. Fields.
Outright to Smith and Jigba.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
From the 23, this is second and 3.
Up the middle, it's Williams. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
From the gun on third down, Fields able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Operating from the gun, Fields. Open man right side is Cup, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Back to throw. Fields in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
Pull forward, the one to get to him and drop him.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
And the penalty makes this a much more manageable third down, 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun, Fields. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
McPherson's kick is good.
And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
In motion left goes a tight end. Here's Goff. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Fields. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Fields.
Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. drive keeps moving.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 34.
From the gun, here's Fields. Throwing, completing, quick to Calvin Ridley.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down and 2.
Operating from the gun, Fields. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
2nd down and goal.
Fields.
Touchdown!
Jackson Smith and Jigba
From 8 yards out.
and the Cardinals are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead will be cut down to 14.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Back to throw, Goff. It's Hill, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Goff. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 30-yard line.
Here's Goff. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the 1st. Now it's Goff off the bootleg. Wilson's got it complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Here's Goff. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing again is Goff.
This to the tight end, Kincaid. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4.
They'll run, Achane.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
One more time with Achane.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Now Goff on 3rd and goal. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle. A 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Fields.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired, while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first downs instead of airing it out.
Throw right side, complete to Williams. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down.
A shotgun snap, Fields. They'll air one out deep for Mingo. And that almost their first INT of the ballgame. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 7.
Here's Fields.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
They snap it to Fields. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Again, Fields.
Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
In motion right is Ridley. Fields now to throw.
Throw left side, complete to Cup. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Now Fields.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Here is 3rd down and 4. Here's Fields. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Cardinals are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. And the sack leads to roughly a loss of 6, and it brings up second and goal.
Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on first and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here and move it forward.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
This likely a must-have. Third and goal. In motion right is Ridley. Now Fields on third and goal.
This will be caught at about the 6. They are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's fourth down.
Completed pass brings up a fourth down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin, fourth quarter, you're going. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with a football. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
From his goal line here, Goff.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
Throwing quickly to Wilson. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
He's got a man complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
A run straight ahead with Achane.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
And the slot man goes in motion left.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
98 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Achane here, they stay on the ground.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. 2nd and 9. Running right, here's Achane.
Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on third down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Back to throw, Fields. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Jackson Smith and Jigba. An 8-yard pickup. First down, Cardinals.
To throw is Fields. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over.
Well, CD, this is the ideal situation in the fourth quarter. You come out here late, not much time on the clock with a comfortable lead, and put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, this offense, all game long, they've been powerful, they've been dangerous. You're exactly right. They can end this one on their own terms.
A give, running right, Achane.
And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Vikings, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Arizona, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do